Hi guys, and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Chef Derek and I'm the chef with Nutricia. Today we've got another kind of weaning video just to carry on from the previous ones. Today we're going to kind of look at custard and pancakes. So again, just at that next stage when you can start introducing custard and mixing it with purees, or it's great just for a dessert to add into. So I'm going to show you how to make that, and then just starting on finger food. Pancakes are a really good way of introducing some finger foods, because you can batch make these and we can make them into lots of different flavours. So I'm going to do some plain and then I'll show you how to change the flavours on that one. We're going to use today our milk substitute. This is one of two that we do at Nutricia. So this is Sno Pro. This comes in cartons of 200 mils. You might have been sent a weaning pack from your dietitian. So you might have got some animal pasta, some low protein mix, which we're using in the pancakes. You might have also got in the box some of the Sno Pro. So it just shows you how to use two of these ingredients that you're kind of going to get used to going forward and baking and cooking for anybody with PKU. So let's start off with custard, because this is really easy. Some people think that it's quite hard to do. We always use a custard powder. Now, I always tend to use the Birds brand just because I know it doesn't contain any proteins and any bits in there. If you're going to use a supermarket alternative, again, just read the labels on the back and then just check. Once you know, you're fine. Your dietitian can help you with any of these products. So into the jug, we're just going to add a teaspoon and a half of custard powder. Level off the teaspoons. We're not going to add any sugar at this stage because we don't want to kind of add salt and sugar to a lot of our recipes. We're just going to kind of go as they are. So just lift up the foil tab on the Sno Pro, and we're going to mix in just a little bit at first, just to blend that to a paste, just so it doesn't get lumpy. So once that's all blended through, then you can add the rest of your Sno Pro and give it a stir. And you can do this in a pan. If you're going to do it in a pan, the best thing to do is heat the Sno Pro first, mix the custard powder with a little bit of the cold Sno Pro to a paste. When the milk is warm, add that to that, and then you can pop it back into the pan to thicken. But it's just as easy to do in a microwave. It's kind of then one less thing we don't need to do. So I'm going to put that into the microwave. I'm going to do it on 30-second blast, and then in between each one, I'm just going to give it a stir. So let's start that one. So let's move on to our pancakes, so we do that. So in my bowl, I've got our low protein mix. Inside the box, you'll get a silver sachet of yeast. So you can use that to make breadsticks and breads. So just keep that to one side for the mix. All we're going to use is just the low protein mix. So that goes into the bowl. Into that, I'm then going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. So these aren't the pancakes that we kind of eat on shows usually. These tend to be the kind of American spongy ones. So you can cut them into small batches, and then you can cut them into finger chips for finger food. So let's have our first stir of our custard. So all we're doing is just keeping that custard powder moving around so it doesn't all clump together. So give it a good stir, and then again, back in again. So that's our low protein mix. That's our baking powder. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla. And again, just go with a brand that you trust. Some vanilla extracts tend to have a lot of sugar added in. So go for a kind of a more natural one if you can get it. And then we're going to add our Sno Pro and mix. So then peel back that top, and then add in. All of our recipes are on our Low Protein Connect. So again, that's on Facebook and on YouTube. There's also other videos that you'll see that will help you as you kind of go along. So give that a good mix. Let's check our custard. So again, I can see it's starting to thicken. It's turned from a liquid and it's going a little bit thicker. Again, give it a really good stir. Get to the bottom of that jug and keep giving it a whisk and a stir. You can see the steam, so it's obviously heating up. Again, blast that again. So again, get back to the pancake and then give it a good stir. You just want a kind of lump-free batter. It should be the consistency of normal pancakes. As you can see, it's really easy. There's not a lot of ingredients to it. My godson Ty has got PKU, and every day since he was born, he has had pancakes for breakfast. So I've made millions of these in a million different flavours. So it's a really good weaning food. So there's the consistency. You see, it's kind of at the consistency of double cream, and that's what you're looking for. So that's that done. Let's get back to our custard. So that's nearly thickened. You can see it's getting there slowly. Just going to give it one last stir and then one last blast. Custard is one of them things that you can keep in the fridge once it's cold, and you can add different purees to this. So you can add some raspberries, you can add some strawberries, mango puree, banana and custard's really good. Pear, apple, rhubarb and custard are classic. So you can see once you can kind of master the custard, you can do lots of different varieties with this. Again, back in the microwave. And then when that's finished cooking, we're just going to add another teaspoon of vanilla. There's already some vanilla in the custard powder, but I think it's nice just to add in a little bit more. So then to that mixture, we're going to add in some cooled butter. So that goes in, and then I'm just going to mix that through. And if you don't have butter, you can also add the same quantity of oil. So that is our pancake mix complete. You can see now it's slightly thickened up a little bit more. But again, we just got it to that dropping consistency, which is nice when we're doing pancakes. That's our custard. And then it's boiled and it's thickened. So we'll just add that there, and then to that I'm going to add, again, a teaspoon of vanilla. If you're storing the custard, just allow it to go cool. You can pop it into individual pots if you need to, and then you can keep it in the freezer, in the fridge. You can also use ice cube trays and pour it into there, wait till it goes cold, and then put it in the freezer, and then pop them out, put them in a sandwich bag, and you can always bring out what you need. And you can warm it back up in the microwave. If you're going to store it in the fridge at this stage, wait till it goes cold, and then get some cling film and put the cling film directly onto the custard, because it will stop it getting the skin. Don't just put it over the top of the jug or the bowl, because it will just produce the skin and then it'll kind of go lumpy. So yeah, wait for it to go cold, and then put your cling film on top. Okay, so let's get our pan on for our pancake. A non-stick pan is better for this than another one, which you tend to need less oil, less fat in the diet. It tends to be a little bit healthier. I'm just going to use some kitchen towel. And what I do is I just brush the kitchen towel on with some oil. So I just use vegetable oil. So I just put a small amount onto the cloth, and then all I do is just rub the inside of the frying pan with that over a medium-low heat. Wait till it heats up, and then we're just going to cook these for a few minutes on each side, just until they are golden. When you first start doing finger food, you only kind of need to do a tablespoon or 2 dessertspoons. per pancake. It's no good doing huge pancakes and then it kind of goes to waste. So smaller is better. So let's take this over and I'm going to add them into our pan. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to change the flavour of this really simply. So I'm going to do an apple and cinnamon and banana pancake. So into that I'm just going to add half a teaspoon of cinnamon and give that a stir. And I'm going to add in half a grated apple. You can peel it if you want to. I don't tend to, I just put it all in. So that's our apple gone in. And I'm going to just mash a banana on the board. I'm just going to use half, just going to press it with a knife, just to kind of mash that through, just so I can add it to the pancake mix. So let's add in the banana. But again, this is when you can be creative and use lots of different varieties. You can just do banana, you can do apple and chocolate chip. Mango's really nice in there, fresh berries, raspberries, blueberries. You can also do savoury ones as well. So you can do broccoli, you can do cauliflower, any vegetables, butternut squash, grated carrot in there are great. So again, you can use these as a main course, not just as a dessert. Because we've not added any sugar to the recipe, so you can make a big batch of this and then divide it and do lots of different flavours. So I just want to show, when they started cooking, you'll see these little holes will appear on top of the pancake. That means that they're cooking underneath. When you see the holes on top, you can then flip them onto the other side. So a spatula or a fish slice is the best thing to use. Once these are cooked, allow them just to go cold. You can put them then into freezer bags and then pop them in the freezer. And then when you need them, you can just take them out. And they actually defrost really quickly in the toaster. Otherwise, you can wrap them in foil and put them in the oven. You can also defrost them in the microwave as well. It just tends to make them a little bit more chewier, but it is an option if you need it. Let's check these. Nice colour on both sides. Then that's our first batch of pancakes ready. See how quick and easy that is. So again, next stage, weaning food's really good. Our custard, really simple, really easy to make. Obviously using our Sno Pro. And then our pancakes, so you've got your plain pancakes there, and then you've got your apple and banana pancakes. Both using the low protein mix and the Sno Pro, which again you might have got in your weaning pack, so you can say. So if you need any more recipes, they're on Low Protein Connect, again on Facebook, Twitter, and again you'll see the videos on YouTube. Your dietitian can send you links as well to the videos. If you need any other help and advice, let us know. Add a comment to the video, let me see the pancake recipes, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.